Alright, I've been raising the boost a little bit, watching my AFRs. Man, you know, the stock map that's in this Platinum Pro, it's nice, man. It's all set. Or, well, it's really, really close. It's actually on the rich side. But I figured out the boost controller also. I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to get into boost just a little bit. Here's traffic. Just barely. Hey, man, it freaking scoots it along. Now this is the boost controller has so many options. You know, the gain, the set gain, the freaking low something. I can't figure it all out. But check this out. $18.9 pounds of boost. Making this little turbo work. But the AFRs, they feel they're okay. I don't know if I can gas it and video that at the same time. You know, they're in the okay range. But anyway, the car feels pretty gnarly at those boost numbers. Now, the turbo being small, I didn't understand this till I went from on my Z, the stock turbo, to the Holset HY35, and then finally to the Garrett GT35R. But 18 pounds feels different depending on the size of the turbo you have. I don't exactly know why, but well, I think it's the volume of air that's being pushed. A small turbo might have 18 psi of, but it's moving a smaller volume of air. So anyway, I'm reading 18, but you know, it doesn't feel incredible. And the little, I don't know what you call it, where it gets in the gas and it kind of flutters a little. I think that's in the boost controller because it has an overboost setting that I can't really figure out. Well, actually, I think I've got that to 15. So once it goes over, the boost controller is trying to bring it back. You know what I mean? So it's and it's cutting it back. I think that's what it is. Honestly, I really don't know, but I just thought I'd shoot a little driving video of the old rb30 catching some big boost. Let me see if I can play with this setting here and do it again. Honestly, you know what that might be is I might be overworking the turbo. Maybe could it be what's the term, cavitating or whatever? I don't know. It's something. I'm not really worried. This turbo, I don't know. I really question its authenticity as to whether it's really a Garrett. It's got the Garrett stamp on it, but it was brand new, not on the exhaust fin. You could tell it was brand new, and man, it has leaked a little bit of oil out of the rear seal from the first time I started the car. You could see oil out of the rear of the turbo, but you take the turbo off, there is no residue oil in the exhaust manifold. So I think it's a Chinese Not saying Chinese is cheap, but I think it's just a knockoff brand Garrett. Or, you know, knockoff brand that somebody put a Honeywell Garrett stamp on it. So that's another possibility. I'm not terribly worried. I rolled the windows up, 18 pounds. It's I'm not staying way into the revs, you know, 55, 6,000 maybe. And it's either the boost controller, there's a setting that I downloaded the manual, but man, it is so freaking confusing, the terminology. You know, you have your gain, and then you can set a number under gain, and then you can set a number under set gain, and then there's, I mean, God, there's 5 or so options. But anyway, it's a bad mother mamba jamba. Yeah. Boy, this motor in my Z, man. Gosh golly. Golly darn it. Golly gee whiz. Alright, you know, I was also thinking it may just be blowing the spark out. Because, man, I'm telling you, these spark plugs that are in it, they are not iridiums. And when I had the stock tuned ECU, man, remember, if you watch earlier videos, it was blowing black smoke. I fouled them. Man, I had to pull those suckers out, and, you know, I got a little sandblaster, spark plug sandblaster. I bet I did that 5 or 6 times. I fouled them. So I could just be blowing spark out. That kind of makes more sense, because I've been playing with that boost controller, and I just, you know, the gain is 100%, so that means it's, you know, it's going to hit boost right away. It's not going to creep up to it. The over boost is, I've got that turned all the way down, so I think I got the boost controller set up right. I bet you I'm just blowing the spark out, which is probably a good thing, because it's honestly, it's probably too much boost anyway. But that's about it there, kiddos. Another awesome YouTube video by Big Phil and his rb30.